this is a good spot to film. It's really windy and a lot of traffic at Lake Calhoun. But welcome back to my channel. My name is Abiyah, and this is another episode of Black Girl's Guide to Van Life, where I will be talking about choosing the right vehicle for you. Now, first, of course, I want to give these people a shout out. Thank you guys for being here, supporting my channel, and yeah, thank you so much for your support and your comment engagement. I truly appreciate it. You guys leave some awesome comments and contributions that helps me and all the other people in this community. We're gonna do a walk and talk for the first part of this video. Should I walk this way? I think you see me better this way. I'll walk this way. You know what? Let me grab my keys. I'm being retarded. My keys are in the ignition. Duh. Okay. Okay. That's better. So, just to start this video off, I want to explain my story and my situation, because when I first decided that I wanted to do van life, I had a Cobalt. An older Cobalt at that. You know, I've never been the type of person that always tried to keep up with the Joneses and have the latest and greatest vehicle. I've never been that type of person. Sorry for the movement. I've never been that type of person. So for me, of course I wasn't gonna do van life in my Cobalt. So I needed another vehicle to do van life in. And I had some decisions to make on choosing the right vehicle. And I did have some factors that I needed to consider, because there was a certain lifestyle that I wanted to live. And one was, I need my vehicle to be an everyday car, not just a van life car. I needed my vehicle to be an everyday vehicle that I can take to work. I can go to the grocery store. I can drive over people's house and be able to park in their driveway, be able to park on the street and not be bothered. So there were that was one big factor that I had to consider when choosing a vehicle. The other factor that I took into consideration was fuel costs and maintenance. I needed something that's fuel efficient, and as far as maintenance goes, I needed something that wasn't gonna cost me astronomical fees to fix. So I think going with an American style car was really beneficial for me, being in a Dodge Grand Caravan. Those were some huge factors for me when choosing my vehicle. I'm just gonna say, it is so lovely out here. This is so beautiful. So then by me doing research on how other people are living this lifestyle, that's when I came across the minivan. And the minivan really sparked my interest because it was big enough but not too small. I can't stand up in my minivan, so that's one of the things that I have to deal with. That was one of the things that I sacrificed to live this lifestyle, was I'm not going to be able to stand up in my minivan. But my minivan is equipped to handle everything. I just can't stand up in there, which is okay. I'm able to deal with that because it is giving me so many other benefits. I can take my minivan anywhere. I can park anywhere I want to, basically, in so many words. You know, stealth camping is very, very, very much possible in a minivan. So the standing up factor is something that I would like to be able to do, but it's not necessary. You know, my back is pretty good. Don't have the best knees, but my back's pretty good. And I'm comfortable in there and with how I have it set up. So in this video, I am going to talk about things to consider when choosing the right vehicle for you. I hope the wind's not too bad. If it is, I do apologize for that. But you see my baby right there? That's my baby right there. Okay. I did take notes, guys, okay? So, basically, when choosing a vehicle, if you have not already have one already that you own, some of you probably already own a vehicle that you can try this lifestyle with. But when choosing a vehicle, you kind of have to think about what lifestyle do you want to live? How do you want to live that lifestyle? And what can you be comfortable with? There are so many options out there that I have seen on the internet and that I have seen in person, all the way from a vehicle, all the way up to RVs, school bus, box trucks, sorry guys, couldn't get that out right, to box trucks. I've seen it all. It's just a matter of you. You have to evaluate your personal needs and what lifestyle do you want to live. Are you going to be a digital nomad? Are you going to be working on the road? Or are you going to be going to an office job every day, Monday through Friday? So all of those will definitely play a role in choosing what type of vehicle will fit your lifestyle. Now, the whole purpose of choosing the right vehicle is so that you can live a van life as economically as possible, which means things to consider will be your fuel gas, fuel budget, or fuel, whatever you call that, you know. And there are some other factors to consider when choosing the right vehicle for you. Is where are you going to park at night? You know, do you want a vehicle that's more stealthy? Because when you get into like the big RVs and things like that, they're not stealthy at all, and you just can't park them anywhere in the evening. The majority of the time for RVs, they have less options because they do have RV parks, but RV parks cost money, you know, and that money to stay at an RV park can easily run you, you know, $20, $25 and up. It depends on the park and all the amenities that they have to offer. Like for me, stealth camping was really important to me because I wanted to be able to park for free as much as possible. I didn't want to have to constantly have to pay to park overnight. So I can choose a decent neighborhood. I can find an area in a neighborhood and I can pull over and my car blends in with every other vehicle on that street in that area, and I can stealth and no one will even know that I'm in my car asleep. If I had a big RUV or something bigger than my minivan, I would stick out a little bit, and I would be very noticeable. And now that this lifestyle is getting more attention, you know, vehicles like the ProMaster, the Transit, and things like that, I mean, people probably looking at them like, I wonder if they're a van lifer. Because we are getting attention about this lifestyle. There's been times where I've like I went and saw my son's aunt yesterday, and I told her what I was doing. I thought she already knew, but I told her what I was doing, and she was like, "Oh, I want to subscribe to your channel. I watch several YouTubers that do this lifestyle." People are watching us do this lifestyle. They're curious about it. Not saying that they're all going to join in and do it, but they're curious about it. It's interesting how we can adjust and live off grid the way that we do and be happy about it. Anyways, so I wrote some stuff down here about choosing the vehicle that's right for you. You have to think about your gas mileage. How much miles per hour, how many miles per gallon does the vehicle hold? Another factor that you need to think about when choosing your vehicle is toilets and showers. It's a huge thing. There's a lot of us that do van life. We do not have a built-in toilet or a built-in shower. I do not have a built-in shower in my minivan, nor do I have a built-in toilet. I do have a porta potty. I guess what you call it, portable potty, whatever. And you know, I did show you guys a video about that. I'll link it right here. I did show you a video on how I use the bathroom in my minivan if I need to be. But that is also going to be a big factor when choosing the right vehicle, because I'm 47 years old, and the older you get, the weaker your bladder gets, and you know, you're gonna have to use the bathroom in the night, and that will happen. You know, you're gonna probably eat something, and you're gonna, you know, get an upset stomach, and things are not just gonna flow normal. So you have to think about those things when choosing the vehicle. Do you want a built-in shower? Do you want a built-in toilet? Can you use a portable toilet? Or are you just going to wing it and not have one at all and just use public restrooms? Now, when I chose my minivan, I already came up with the conclusion that I wanted a no-build setup in my minivans. Because as I stated before in some videos, I wasn't sure if I would like this lifestyle, so I didn't really want to go all in and invest into all this stuff to build it out, or to buy a bigger vehicle than that, and I didn't like it. So whether I'm, you know, van lifing in my van, or just using my van as an everyday vehicle, I have that option. And I do also have the option to convert my van back to a regular minivan. So that was one of the reasons why I decided to do a no-build. It best fit me at that time. Now, everyone's lifestyle is different. Everyone's budget is different. Everyone's responsibilities and obligations are different. So there are options out there for everyone and anyone and anybody. It all depends on evaluating your needs and your preferences, and what you can live with and what you cannot live without. Some people cannot live in a vehicle where they can't stand up. That's their preference, you know, so they will probably take the extra steps that they need to do, maybe work extra hours, maybe I don't know, you know, work extra hours or whatever to be able to purchase a bigger type of a vehicle. For me, I decided to start small, and if I continue to like this lifestyle, hopefully I'll work my way up. But right now, I'm not even thinking about that, because I like what I have. I'm comfortable with what I have, and it gives me everything that I need it to do for me to enjoy this lifestyle that I'm living. So when choosing a right vehicle, I have 4 categories to choose vehicles from, and they are schoolies, which are school buses or public buses, transportation. I've seen one lady, she bought a double-decker and she was gonna convert it. I don't know if she's still doing it or not, but I was like, oh, that would be kind of cool to have a double-decker. So you have schoolies, and then you have recreational vehicles, which are more of your RV styles, which are coaches, camper vans, fifth wheelers, pop-ups, and things like that. So those are more RV type vehicles. Then you also have your mobile home, your trailer home, or a tiny home on wheels. Those types of vehicles, well, those are really not vehicles. They can be moved, but majority of the time it's a stationary home. And then you also have your small, mid to large size vehicles, which everything from a Toyota Prius to a minivan, to a box truck or a ProMaster. So you have 4 categories, and I'm not going to go over all the pros and cons for each category because I think that the pros and cons will kind of be based on you and your personal preference. But each one of these categories has a pro and a con to everyone. So yeah, you may, the thing is, you may go out and spend and get one of those vehicles that has all the amenities that you need. It has a shower, built-in kitchen, bathroom, and all of those things, but you'll also be spending a pretty nice penny for that. I know about a year ago, my mom and we went to an RV show, and let me tell you, those RVs are nice. RVs are completely nice. I mean, yes, if I could, I would, but I won't. One, they're too big for me to drive. Oh, it's windy. I hope that wind is not messing with the sound. Too big for me to drive. I don't want to have to maneuver a big RV. And then fifth wheelers were less expensive than regular RVs. They were also nice, but I also don't want to deal with leveling it, having it hooked up, pulling something around. I don't want to deal with that. Then also you had like your ProMasters and things like that, your Sprinters, your Mercedes, you know, those are ideal if you ask me. However, you're gonna spend, to buy one new off the market, you're gonna spend over $100,000 on one. And that's ridiculous if you ask me. I think that's why a lot of people buy their vehicle and do the work themselves. It saves so much more money. So those are some options, and I am going to link some pictures for each one right now for you to view. Now here are some converted schoolies. Look at all the wonderful possibilities that you can customize your schoolie to fit your specific needs. I don't know much about converting a schoolie, but I can say that it is possible. And now that since van life is getting so much attention, some people are converting these schoolies and selling them on the market. So you can buy a schoolie already converted, but it is going to cost you a nice penny. Now these are your RVs. I suggest if you ever have an RV show in your area, go check it out. They usually charge a small fee, but at least if you go, you can really get a broad idea of what's out there in the market. But these are regular RVs
They come in 3 different classifications. There's the A, the B, and the C. The A being the biggest, the C being a mid-size RV, and the B being kind of like your van life RV. It's my personal opinion that a Class B mobile home on wheels would be an ideal for van life. It's small, it's chic, it has all the amenities that you would have in an apartment. One day, maybe I'll work my way up there. However, buying one brand new, you're going to spend a nice pretty penny, anywhere from $60,000 to $70,000 to well over $100,000 brand new. I think that's why a lot of people build their own. A fifth wheeler is anything that needs to be pulled by another vehicle. Now, these can come in all different sizes. They can come as luxury as a large Class A motorhome, or you can go as simple as a T-drop. It's all up to you. Just know that with these, you have to just make sure that your vehicle is strong enough to carry the weight. Now, these are pop-up campers. They latch on to the back of your vehicle, and once you get to your destination, you have a little tiny house that you can live in with all the amenities. I'm not sure if they include shower, toilet, that I'm not sure, but they're cute. If you ask me, I will say just about any vehicle can be converted into a camper, a weekend camper, or a home on wheels. It's really all about your preferences, what you can live with and what you can't live with, and how creative you can be.
Now, one of the biggest issues or the biggest setback to engaging in this lifestyle is money and cost on how to afford a vehicle. I can't really tell you what to do because I don't know your life. For me, I took money out my 401k, and I'm just going to be honest, because I did not want a car note. I didn't want it. I haven't had a car note in years, okay? And I didn't want to start one. I wanted my life to lower my monthly bills. So yeah, I took money out my 401k and I bought my Dodge Grand Caravan cash. My van was about $10,000. It had 82,000 miles on it, and I've had it now for over 2 years, and I have not had any major issues with my vehicle, and I am totally happy with my purchase. I don't have a car note, and I'm completely happy. I do keep up with the maintenance of it to keep this baby running as long as I can before something major happens. But everyone's lifestyle is different. So, you know, you can easily do this lifestyle. You can easily do this lifestyle with the vehicle that you have and work your way up. If you have a job, you can do it in your car if you choose. If you already have an SUV or a Jeep or something like that, you can do this in those types of vehicles. You know, you just have to weigh your pros and cons of what you're comfortable with and what your preference is. Because that money that you're spending on rent, you could be saving that money towards a vehicle that will make you more comfortable. Because the one thing about van life is if you are not comfortable with this lifestyle, you're not going to like it. If you're not comfortable, if you can't have a good night's sleep, if you're constantly fighting with the temperature controls, you're not going to like it, and you're going to hate it, and you're going to want to quit. So it's all about finding your level of comfortability and knowing if you are starting with something small like a minivan or a vehicle or a Jeep or something like that, you know, knowing that you're working towards a bigger vehicle will definitely give you motivation and drive to sacrifice some of your comfortability to be able to reach that goal in the future. So with that being said, guys, I hope this helps you to decide which type of vehicle is best for you. I've also, on my website, Choosing the Right Vehicle is an article that I wrote, one of the first blog posts that I wrote on my website. Some of this information is on my blog, and I'll link my website down below where you can find that article as well, just to kind of help you choose the best vehicle for you. And just to recap a little bit on, things to think about, think about the type of lifestyle you want to live. Think about, are you going to a job every day? Can your vehicle be parked there? Are you going part-time, full-time? What is your financial situation? Some people can afford to go out and buy a newer vehicle, or an RV or a Sprinter. Some people can afford to buy, some people can afford to invest money into things like that. It's all about you and your level of comfortability. So with that being said, so write those things down, write your lifestyle down, write what you want, write what you need, write what you can deal with, what you can't deal with, and what are you willing to sacrifice to get to where you're trying to be. That's just me. So with that being said, now I'm gonna go for real. So you guys, I will see you on the next video of Black Girl's Guide to Van Life. I hope this helps you in choosing the right vehicle for you. There's all sorts of options that are available for everyone in any financial bracket. Okay? So shalom and blessings to all, and I will see you on the next video.
Don't let your hair get in the